Hello mga ka-footsteps! Welcome to my vlog, Faithful Family Footsteps. I'm Mommy Irene, or you can call me Nurse Irene, or just Irene. In this vlog, actually it's an info vlog, I'm going to share to you how I passed my NCLEX-RN exam noong April 1. I took the NCLEX exam. I was handling a lot of stuff in my life. So if you're just like me, you're a mother or you're a parent and then you have kids at the same time you are working and then you only have one day off, you're an OFW or you're in abroad, and then you have a big gap in terms of your bedside hospital experience. And above all, if you are doing a self-study, you don't have any review centers or any lecturers, then this would be the perfect vlog for you. Gusto kong i-share sa inyo kung despite sa situation ko, how I managed to take my NCLEX exam and was able to pass it. Study materials. So for the study materials, mga ka-footsteps, dalawang books lang talaga yung ginamit ko. Yun yung NCLEX-RN examination na comprehensive review book, 9th edition, at saka yung NCLEX-RN examination na Q&A na review book, 9th edition din. So both books are Saunders at saka both are 9th edition. Believe it or not, mga ka-footsteps, these are the two books na ginamit ko to pass the NCLEX-RN exam in just one take. At saka self-study yan, mga ka-footsteps. So I don't have any lecturers or any review centers who guided me along the way. So whatever information ang natutunan mo sa comprehensive review book ng Saunders, you can start doing your practice questions sa Q&A review book. So aside from the two books, the next study material I used, mga ka-footsteps, is the Mark Lemek audio lectures. So yung lecture 12 niya, yung mas binigyan ko ng pansin, the prioritization, delegation, and staff management. And then gumamit din ako ng website, which is the nurseslabs.com, where you can practice NCLEX questions. They have free test banks which you can choose from. They have 30 questions for each challenge exam. And then at the end of the 30 questions, meron yung answers and then the rationale behind. And the last study material na ginamit ko is yung mga YouTube videos ng Simple Nursing na YouTube channel. So, time frame, my preparation time was only 3 months. So I started studying from January until March, and then by April 1 is my exam date. So how did I manage or how did I schedule my time sa loob ng 3 months na yan? Considering na I juggled a lot of stuffs, no? So what I did was, kasi mga ka-footsteps, I am working. So, my work starts from Monday until Saturday, and my only day off is on Sunday. So, my work is quite demanding because I start at, nung time na yon, I start working from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. It's a 12-hour shift. And then, after that, I will have to travel back and forth. Tigbo 1 hour yon. So, if you come to think of it, mga ka-footsteps, nakakapagod talaga. It's like, tatanungin mo talaga yung sarili mo if kaya ko ba i-juggle or i-insert yung pag-aaral at the same time yung work ko. Kaya ko ba? Kaya ko kaya? Parang ganon. So, I did that. I also questioned myself if kaya ko. Pero, you know, when you're when your desire to pass the exam is really strong, kakayanin mo talaga and you will find a way. So, yung nangyari sa akin mga ka-footsteps was, sa 3 months na yan, I divided it. So, yung first month ko, yung first 4 Sundays nung January, I decided na every Sunday, sa day off ko, I will fully submerge myself into studying from 8 a.m. until 5 or 6 p.m. So, if you come to think of it, mga ka-footsteps, it's very, very challenging. Kasi nga, yung memory retention mo, yung attention span mo, na-challenge. Kasi you will start to study from 8 a.m. until 5 or 6 p.m. the whole day. Na ikaw lang, na mag-isa lang. So, di ba, parang matcha-challenge ka if matatempt ka na, I'll just do how many hours and then I'll stop, di ba? Parang ganun. Or if you're in your home studying, you will get to be tempted. If you have kids, you are tempted to play with your kids. Or if you're tempted to eat, you're tempted to lie down, you're tempted to do a lot of things inside your house na makaka-distract sa yung pag-aaral for the whole day. So, sa akin, yung whole month ng January, I submerged myself every Sunday into studying from 8 a.m. until 5 or 6 p.m. So, what was my study schedule? Nung first month of January, reading, writing, and listening lang talaga yung ginawa ko. So, as I mentioned, yung book na ginamit ko was the Saunders book. Monday to Saturday, I'm working from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. So, when I get home, every night, nag-spend ako ng 2 hours to read. And then I have 1 hour going to work and 1 hour going home. So, pag nasa train ako, I spend 2 hours total to listen to Mark Lamek. And then, pag Sunday, that's when I started to studying 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then on my second month ng preparation ko, which is the month of Feb, so I do reading, writing, listening, and then I added answering. So same schedule pa din. The only difference is pag Sunday from 8 or 9 a.m., sa morning, I do the reading and then the writing. And then in the afternoon, I do the practice questions, the Q&A. And then on the third month, which is the March, same routine pa din yung first 2 weeks ko. And then by mid-March, yun na, I did my assessments of my readiness. If kaya ko na ba or hindi. I tried to answer more Q&A questions, practice questions by mid of March. And then I compare my performance from my last month until this current month. And the last week of March, I did not study anymore. I just relaxed and then calm myself para hindi na ako maging anxious. How did I manage to study na focus talaga ako for the entire day? So what I did mga ka-footsteps was, naghanap ako ng public library in my area na pwede kong puntahan at doon ako mag-aral for the whole day. Kasi if you're at home, you are really tempted to be lazy. Pero pag example, like in my case, sa library, iba yung feeling eh. Pagpasok mo sa library, you will see a lot of books. And then you will see other people also very focused on what they are studying. So, ikaw, yung place is very conducive for learning and at the same time, ma-inspire ka sa mga nasa paligid mo because they are studying. And ikaw, ma-inspire ka to study also and focus. So, that was really, really a very big help nung time na yon. Kasi, napupush ako to study. Of course, I took some breaks. I took like 15-minute break in the one 15-minute break in the morning, and then 1 15-minute break or 2 15-minute breaks in the afternoon. Like mag-coffee ako, kain ako ng sandwich, ganon. And then back to my studying. And then that's what I did every Sunday, mga ka-footsteps. And then ano yung inaral ko nung every Sunday, nung 4 Sundays na yan, nung first month ko of preparation. For the study schedule, depende sa inyo o if which topic you're going to study first. Like in my case, nung first month of my preparation, inuna ko yung neuro, cardio, pulmo, or respy, and then the endocrine system. First week of January, I spent reading about neuro for 2 hours before I go to sleep. And then second week is cardio, third is the respy, and then the fourth week is the endocrine. And then during my day off, which is on Sunday, nagre-recap ako ng lahat ng mga nabasa ko at sinulat ko for the whole day of Sunday. Lastly mga ka-footsteps, ibibigay ko sa inyo yung mga important tips ko to prepare properly sa NCLEX-RN exam. So, first tip ko would be to read and write properly. So, when you're reading, you're not just reading mga ka-footsteps, you're also writing or rewriting the phrases that you feel are very important. And then, I would really suggest to use paperback na book. The advantage kasi if you're using a paperback book is you can write on it, you can highlight it and write on it. So, mas ma-retain mo yung information na dapat mong i-retain. Next is the study area na dapat conducive for learning. Yung bahay niyo would be the last place if ako yung tatanungin. Kasi there are a lot of temptations sa bahay. Try to look for a public library na pwede mong pasukan if you need to study. Next tip, prayer really helps. So make sure to pray before and after you start and end your study. Choose the right inspiration. Your kids, your family is the perfect inspiration. So if tinatamad ka, always remember them para ma-motivate kang mag-study. And of course, do not compare yourself to others. Kasi pag kino-compare mo, you will really feel na parang hindi ka ready. Kasi you will always question if bakit parang mas may alam sila or bakit parang mas tama yung answer nila. And of course, on the exam day itself, my number one tip would be to eat just enough para hindi magkasakit yung tiyan mo, you can focus. And then, next is, of course, you have to pray before taking the exam. Then, do not anticipate the computer shutting off para hindi hati yung focus mo din na at what time kaya mag-shut off yung computer. And then, make sure to pee before the exam and do not take a break just to make sure na yung momentum mo sa pag-answer ng exam is not ruined. Sa first part ng exam, you are still conscious of the numbering. Makikita mo sa top ng computer mo, ng computer screen mo, the number, what number are you taking. So, number 1, number 2, ganon. Mako-conscious ka until sa 80, 85, 75, mga ganon. Pag nandyan ka na sa number na yan, you are conscious. You are answering, but at the back of your mind, you're also wishing na sana shut off na yung computer ko. Kasi nga, 'di ba, sabi nila, if your computer shuts off in number 85, 75, you have a big chance of passing the NCLEX-RN exam. But the truth is, it's not. Depende talaga. Sa case ko mga ka-footsteps, from 1 up to 145, as in simhot sarap na ubus ko talaga yung questions. So, alam mo yon yung feeling na, oh my gosh, sila, nag-shut off na yung computer nila by 80, 75, 90. Pero yung sa akin, as in, simhot sarap talaga. And then, I really consumed the entire time na binigay para mag-answer ng exam. So, your experience at yung experience ng iba, do not compare. I mean, yung experience nila nung actual exam nila na nag-shut off or sa ganitong number, wag mong i-compare sa'yo kasi it's really different. Sa akin, yun na, ubos ko talaga yung questions. And you know, it was very, nakakatakot siya if you come to think of it kasi you will start to doubt yourself. But then again, if you believed in yourself and you think na you did everything that you can, for sure, papasa ka talaga. And yun, mga ka-footsteps, I did naman.